Welcome to Fitzy's Fabulous Scrapbooks. I'm Michelle Fitzgerald, aka Fitzy, and I'm an independent advisor for creative memory scrapbooking, and I'm here to help you make your scrapbooks fabulous. And today, it's the first weekend of July. So happy 4th of July, America. So we have our big holiday going on in the next couple of days, but we're celebrating the whole weekend, which is nice. Unfortunately, the weather hasn't been completely cooperating. We're getting a lot of rain up here in Massachusetts, but hopefully things will dry out and we'll get some little peaks of sunshine here and there. But with that being said, typically I would do a plus sign design, but I wanted to do a really simple, easy, repeatable border that you can try with any collection you have at home in your stash. All right, so let me get to my workspace, and we'll be using the border sketchbook. So let me just flip it open to the cover. This is 110 scrapbooking border ideas and sketches. And we'll be creating the sketch on page 74 in that book. All right, so this is what the sketch looks like. All right, so you can see it's got some decorative edges to it. This element here, well, that can be a couple of different things, really. This could be a sticker strip. This could be just all circles or all one shape. This could also be laser cut borders or layered borders or something punched out with the border maker system or a border punch. So there's a lot of different options here. And for my border that I created, and I'll show you in a sec, I use the border maker system. All right. And then we have this little piece here that we can use for our title. So I'll show you what I did. And then I'm going to recreate the same exact one. So let's see. Ta-da! Let me put it up here just so you can kind of get a sense of what it is. Isn't it pretty? And again, this is super easy, super simple. And I'm going to show you a few little techniques here too that I think you might find helpful, not only for this border, but for other things that you create when you scrap. So I am using the Sweet Summer collection, and this border is going to go across the top of my page. Now on the sketch, it's like this. But there's no reason why you couldn't turn it like this and make it a vertical border if that's what you want. I would just take the title piece here and just turn it, one turn, rotate it, and now it would work completely well for a vertical border. All right. So I used, and I'm going to continue to use, this beautiful wavy blue paper, this purple stripe paper, and I use the back side, which is this white base with little pastel-y flecks, really little flecks of color. It's really pretty. I like this paper a lot. All right. Tool wise, you're going to want your border maker system. And I used the, what is this one called? The Star Chain Border Maker cartridge. There we go. Hopefully you can see that. Just trying to get a good view in the camera for you. There you go. All right. You're going to want your repositionable tape runner. You are going to want, this is if you're creating along with me tonight, foam squares, just the little ones. And you are also going to want some tile chips. And they look like this. I'm going to show you a little fun thing you can do with these. I always sit here and I say, what can I do with these? And there's so much you can do with these. These are such a great tool to have handy. So if you don't have these, I advise you to get a pack. They're worth it. And it's not something that you'll need to use all the time, but when you need it, you'll be so happy that you have it. All right. And then we're also going to use the second largest oval and our red and our green blades, along with our 12-inch trimmer. And I chose to use the wave blade. You can use any decorative blade you want, but that's the one I chose to use. Okay. So let me get this stuff out of the way. And I think we'll start by cutting our 2 base strips. Now, normally, because I already cut one, see how I have this edge left over? But normally what I will do is take the straight edge of the paper and put it to the second cutting line, just like that. And with my decorative blade in the housing unit, I will cut. It'll make a really teeny tiny skinny strip, less than 1/8 of an inch, not even close to it actually. And it's just to create one side of this decorative edge. And then what I do is I turn it over like so. So here's my decorative edge here. And to get my full, this is going to be a 2-inch strip. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut at the 2-inch mark. All right. So there's my base piece. So again, let me just show you quickly, because I think this is important for you to know. When you're using the decorative blades, you're starting with a piece of paper that most likely has a straight edge. So if you just line up to that right-hand side cut line, you start with your decorative edge, and then I would turn the paper like so, so I can put it at whatever measurement I need to cut it at, like I just did. Okay, so that is one thing done. I feel like my microphone might be just a little off here. All right, so now my next one, again, I already have the decorative edge because I did already cut the first time. And this one is going to be cut at 1 3/4 of an inch. So let me go ahead and make that cut. All right, so now we have 2 pieces done. So now take your decorative blade out and put your straight blade back in. And I'm just going to take the decorative edge off of this now. I don't know if I really need to, but I'm going to, just so that way I don't have any issue. And I did the same thing. I lined it up to that right-hand side cut line just to get a nice clean edge, because now I'm going to punch a border. And I don't want anything getting in the way. So I'm going to take the housing unit and put my cartridge in, and that pops this little punching mechanism up. And now I'm going to take my paper that I want to punch. And I'm going to put that into the paper guide. All right, let me move this out of the way. Now, if you have a different collection and you have a different punch, use it. You can do this border with anything you have in your stash. So you don't have to do exactly what I'm doing, which I think is a good thing. You need to be able to do what you want, right? It's your page. All right, now I'm just going to cut some little tricky edges off here. Oops. All right. And one little. Okay. So now I have my border. And I'm going to put my border making system to the side. So I have this border made and I was like so excited to get it done early, but I didn't have time to film my video early. So I'm like racing against the clock to make sure I get the video out on time. Oh, I like living on the edge, right? Okay, so now we're going to make our little title piece, right? So as you can see, I already made one, but I'm going to show you how to do a second one. So I used the inside groove, all right, on my oval. And I have two blades. So I have my green blade and I have my red blade. We're going to make an oval and a frame for the oval. So when you're doing this, you always want to cut with the blade that cuts the furthest away from your pattern first. All right. So in that case, we're going to cut with the green blade. So this is going to make my basic oval. And I'm using the green blade first because this is the blade that cuts the furthest away from the pattern. All right. So here's my oval. Now I'm not moving the pattern. Notice how I kept the pattern nice and still. You don't move the pattern, but now you go to your red blade and you do the same thing. You make another oval, keep the pattern still. You can obviously change hands while you're going, but just don't move the pattern. All right. And I'm going to play around to see. All right. So I just missed that one little corner. So I can snip that pretty easy. Okay. So now I'm going to put this away. And now I'm going to put these two back together. And I'm going to take out my 12-inch trimmer. All right. And I think what I'll do, yeah, this is what I did. I'm going to hold the oval horizontally, okay? And I'm going to keep the frame around it. Now, if I bring it all the way to the bottom of my trimmer, eventually it kind of hits this little piece here, but helps to keep it centered. All right. So I'm just going to go ahead once I feel like I have it all where I want it to be. And I'm going to cut. Now, it's not going to cut fully because I can't get the blade all the way down the bottom here. Let me move that up a little bit. So there's a little bit that isn't cut, but I'm just going to pick this up. Oops. Easier said than done, right? All right. So I'm going to pick this up. It's a little tricky, but it can be done. And I'm just going to do a little cut to complete it. Okay. So now I have my little half oval. All right. Now I am going to take, you can find it over here. What did I do? Oh, here it is. My tape chips. Now, this is the part I want to face up. So I'm going to turn this over because I want to work on the back side that nobody's going to see. And I'm going to line the oval up with its frame. And I'm going to take a tape chip and put them together. And I might use 2 or 3 of these just to keep them nice and sturdy and together. And don't worry if you go over any edges, you can easily trim off anything, because I did go over a little bit, and that's okay. Because now I'm just going to trim anything that shows. Oops. Let me just make sure I have that on correctly. There we go. And so now, here's the front and back of that paper, and they're attached. All right. And this is what it looks like on the back. So those tape chips are keeping it together. So when I'm ready to adhere this to my page, I'm just going to pull up the little protective sheet. And now this part is sticky as well because it's double-sided tape. All right. So whenever you need to weld something, get out your tape chips. They are going to help you immensely. All right. So now let's put our border together. I told you, this is a simple, easy, repeatable border. And I loved, when I was looking at it, I just loved the whole shaping of it. I just think it was a really pretty border. All right. And I'm using my mat just to line everything up. Oh, you know what? I did it this way because I thought it was easier for me to see what I was doing. I'm gonna line it right up there. And this is just going to help me try to center this as best I can. That looks pretty good. From my view anyway. All right, so there's that. And then now I'm going to flip my stars over because I want the purple side showing like this one, right? And I'm going to take my foam squares. And what's great about this little border is every so often there's one full star on this little border that doesn't have any holes. So it's the perfect place and the perfect spacing to put foam squares. And now my two stars on the end are actually half stars. So I'm going to take my scissors and cut one foam square in half. All right. And now this will go on this one because this piece was just a little too small for full teeny tiny foam squares. So I had to cut them in half. All right. And now I'm just going to take all the backing pieces off and adhere it to our border. I'm telling you, this is so quick and easy. I love easy because that means you get stuff done. All right. So now I'm going to line this up again. And we'll have this go down the middle. So cute. I hope you're all having a good weekend and you have something fun planned. Maybe you'll get to see fireworks or something, a parade. That's always fun. All right, so now my next piece here, I'm just going to take, if you look here, I used my tape chips again to adhere my little oval to the bottom here. So I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to turn this over and I think two will do it. All right, so this is the bottom. I just want to get a good view. So you're not going too far onto the border with this because you want to have some of that oval really showing at the bottom. All right. And then all you have left to do is sticker it up. Put your favorite embellishments on, right? Let's see what I have here. I have some fun embellishments or words. All right, let's see. I think we could do ice cream. And I think I'm going to put that on foam squares. Just like so. All right, so we have our sweet treats and we have ice cream. All right. Quick, simple, easy border. And now these can go across the top of my page. Isn't that fun? That's going to look so cute for a nice 2-page spread. All right, so that's my border for today. Like I said, quick, easy, and very repeatable. Let me get back to me. Hold on, here we go. Hello. All right, so I'm just catching up on a lot of stuff. So I had a good weekend, got caught up on a lot, still have stuff to catch up on. So next week, when I do my video, I will have some information about how to celebrate me having over 1,000 subscribers. I'm very excited about this, and I don't want to rush it because I want to make sure I do something really good and fun for everybody here. So I hope you will tune in next week to see what we're going to do. I don't even know what we're going to do yet. I have to work on that. So I will. All right. But I appreciate all of you watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful week. If you have any questions at all, please reach out to me at fitzy'sfabulousScrapbooks@gmail.com. If you liked this video, I hope you will actually hit the like button. And if you are not already a subscriber, I hope you will subscribe. And please drop me a comment. I love it when you guys comment. It always makes me happy to see what your thoughts are. If you liked what I created, if there's something you'd like to see me do. I know somebody did ask me to do an 8x8 plus sign design sketch. So I am working on that, and that could be next week. We'll see. But I have heard the comment, and I am taking it under advisement, and I'm working on it. So we're all good. All right. So thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful 4th of July. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.